Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Maker's Intent. I'm your host, Mike Downer, and today I am joined again by Kyle Greenfield, the president of AF Johnson Millwork. How are we doing today, Kyle?
Doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, excited. We got a lot to cover today. So what we're going to be talking about is what is commercial millwork and why it matters. So the first question that I have for you today, Kyle, is what is commercial millwork and how does it differ from residential cabinetry?
It's a great question. Commercial millwork does include commercial cabinetry, but not just that. So a lot of times it has to do with wall coverings, be it wood panels, or can even get into other type of products. And then things like big fancy reception desks, seating in lobbies, things like that. So it just covers a lot more than just cabinetry.
Perfect. Sounds like expand on some of the other products and services that you guys offer besides the cabinetry and desks and stuff.
Sure. A lot of times we'll work on different types of wall coverings, wall panels, um,
Really?
and it can be something more like a timbre design, which is a bunch of wood kind of lined up together with space in between, create a slat wall type of effect, or great
Okay.
big panels. Um, a lot of times they can be used for sound absorption or to change the sound, but sometimes they're just aesthetic and look real nice. Um, Past that, a lot of custom trims, especially if somebody's trying to achieve a really custom look or a different look for their project. We can help with that a lot and help try to bring their concept and idea to life.
Maybe I should have you come in here and do my office, make it look more like a studio. Do you do jobs that small?
We can figure it out, Mike.
I'm sure we can. We'll talk after we're done here. So, speaking of small and big and everything else, I was kind of leading myself into the next question. What types of businesses typically rely on custom millwork?
Well, almost every type of industry gets into it. A lot of what we want to look at is the custom, something that's out of um, different than just something that the customer wants to order off of the internet. If they're happy with something that looks the exact same as everybody else, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. That's not what we do. We're going to be brought in um, if it's custom built for that person or that company. That might be in the hospitality or restaurants. It might be in more of a business tenant finish type thing. Might be in medical, big reception desks or nurses stations, something like that. Um, but what we like to do is something that's going to be custom made for that end user.
What I love is the fact that you don't take the cookie cutter approach.
Exactly, exactly. There's plenty of companies that do a really good job at that. We
Right.
want to do something that's way more custom.
Yeah. So sounds like the perfect person for your business is someone who's kind of got their own ideas, and then you can help bring them to life.
Exactly. Some of the more fun projects we've done, someone says, "Hey, I've got this idea, but I don't know how to make it happen." Great, let's talk. Let's figure out how to do that together.
Again,
And
that
really,
turns work into fun, which is pretty awesome.
exactly.
So why can't off the shelf products meet the needs of most commercial projects?
Well, a lot of them sometimes it's just the size and scale of. For example, we in healthcare, the great big nurses stations, there's just not a cookie cutter that fits them.
Right.
Some of these things can be just huge, and they're not something that's made like that. But other times they have a exact intent and purpose of what they want done with that. This is how we're going to use this product. And so then we're trying to figure out exactly what size, what shape, where things go, that type of thing. And so it's custom built for them and how they're going to use it and how many people are going to be using it.
So when we're talking about all the customization that you're able to provide, can you give me a quick example of like one of your favorite projects that you've done?
Yeah. So we had a medical facility not that long ago that they were trying to figure out how to, for lack of a better word, get a little more safety to their employees. And then it became coming in with some glass and plastic and creating wood frames to hold in the plastic and the glass and give almost a security break to their staff. That one was kind of fun to work on. Just, we have a problem and we don't have any idea what to do with it. So we started sketching it out and showing them, and what do you think of this? How would it work? And that's exactly what we want.
Solve the problem and everybody's happy.
Exactly.
Perfect. So that kind of leads me into my next question. When the normal human thinks of millwork, they think of wood. So can you tell me what kinds of materials are used in modern millwork besides just traditional wood?
Sure. So it's what we've seen lately is incorporating a lot of different things. Metal is often used along with it. Sometimes we can clad a side or something with a stainless steel that makes it pretty cool, and or using that as part of a design or incorporating, building it right into the front side of whatever it is, to really show off a lobby is oftentimes where we see something like that. Outside of metal, we do a lot with upholsteries and fabrics, to sometimes for seating, sometimes as part of a design too, into a logo. And then the cool thing when you're adding like a logo to, say, a reception desk, is lighting it up. And so we can add LEDs and have background lighting to it. We can have more light in the front side to spotlight something. But when we get to talk to a customer and go, how do you want this to feel? And they're explaining what they want their customer to feel walking into a lobby, and how trying to design and think about how we can make that feeling happen for them is a lot of fun.
You bet. And I'm going to ask you one more time because I love this. So give me one of your favorite examples of a lobby that you've done. I know you've probably made some people very happy, and maybe even gone beyond their expectations. What's one of your favorite lobbies that you've done? Speaking of that, with
Sure.
your lighting.
We had a customer that their office invested into a lot of different manufacturers, and they wanted to show off a product from all the different companies that they invested in. So the reception desk kind of went into a big wall of shelves, all lit up, that they could put small examples of the different companies they invested in. So really getting them to show off all these different products as somebody walks into the lobby was kind of fun.
So it ended up being not just a lobby, but kind of a showpiece for them.
Exactly.
That's amazing. That's cool that you kind of incorporated their vision with your skills. So with all these changes that are going on to millwork and what we've talked about by using different products besides just wood, and where A.F. Johnson started this almost 100 years ago. What's it like to be a millwork manufacturer today, trying to incorporate all these different products into it?
Well, again, Mike, that's kind of the fun part of trying to bring visions to life. Um, Millwork manufacturing, we start off with raw products every time, and then in house are going to bring them from the raw product to the end um, installation. So it the hard part about that is sometimes with new products that we haven't really worked with a lot, and you kind of learn them as you go. But it's a lot of fun to get to test out different things and um, figure out how to make it work. Some ideas work right away. Other ones we have to try a couple times before we get good at it. But that can be the challenge. Can be a lot of fun with that.
Absolutely. It's kind of like solving a puzzle sometimes for you, I bet.
Exactly. Exactly.
So now we're going to kind of go over to the business side of it and what's in it for the business. How does custom millwork influence customer as well as employee experiences once you're done with the project?
Well, we kind of talked about that a little bit with the lobby a little bit ago, but the customers can really dream up about anything anymore, and we have the fun part of working with them to bring that to life. Um, the For our employees, that's a lot of the fun part. If we were building the exact same thing over and over again, I think most of our team would think it gets pretty boring. The
Agreed.
exciting part is when we go, hey, this is going to be different, and this is going to be something to try to figure out to build together. And it takes all the brains working together and um, pulling all that experience in to say, well, I've done this before, and somebody else has done that before, and maybe we can do that and bring it together and create that real custom look or a new idea that the customer has and make it come to life. Um, that part's pretty fun, and I think our team is really good at it.
That's awesome. So I'm sure that as far as the business goes, so you've got ABC Business over here, and you've just redone their lobby or redone their workspace. I'm sure that the lobby is obviously the customer experience. As far as the employees go for that company, I'm sure that they um, it helps with the employees' attitude and mood and pride in their company from the work that you do.
Yeah, hopefully it makes it more exciting for them to go to work every day when they have a great environment to walk into, and hopefully everything that was designed makes their jobs easier. Also, makes them be able to get them done a lot better and safely.
So yeah, I mean, you can also improve employee and efficiency as well as the entire customer experience, which is a really cool thing to know that you're creating that. Why does AWI quality certification matter specifically for commercial projects?
So the AWI is the kind of sets the standards of how things are going to be built and the products that go into it. So what it's going to tell the customer at the end that you're getting quality products built in it. Uh, Going back when we were talking about the off the shelf products, sometimes you don't know exactly how well they're built and what they're built with. The AWI sets the standards on how good a quality is going to be. Um, I think that's pretty important that somebody investing a lot of money in their projects. They want to know that it's going to hold up, it's going to last, and it's going to be very good quality.
Yeah, that's a great peace of mind for uh, the business owner or decision maker or finance, the finance controller, knowing that they've got exactly what they paid for, and that, like you said, it's going to last, and it's not going to be something that they're going to need to reinvest in.
Exactly, exactly.
So Kyle, we'll wind this up here today, and I'm going to ask you for one more example. Um, and I've done that a couple times today, so sorry I'm making you go through your Rolodex of memories on your customers here, but let's think of something really big here. Can you share an example of a project where the right millwork that you guys did completely transformed the space?
Yeah. So I'm thinking of another. The project was actually designed for uh, this company to show what they do to their customers. Not really a showroom, but have almost models of here's all the different things that they manufacture. And it was a lot of fun to work with them and try to figure out how you take something that's not supposed to be in a showroom or a customer experience area and put it in there, and still have it function. And this particular project, it was the millwork not only made their products come to life, but helped guide their customers and stuff through this space to get them to see all of it instead of and really show off all the different things that they manufactured there. That was a lot of fun to work on that project.
So what was it like before you guys started? Was it just kind of blah? And
Well,
then
they never had a showroom like this before, so they would have to take somebody uh, out of the office area, back through their manufacturing area and show off a product one at a time, where we could bring them all together and have a big experience for them, for their customers.
so obviously they're very happy with that. And there's a lot of safety issues involved that we don't even need to get into. You solved that problem. Sounds like you just kind of checklisted a whole bunch of different things for them, and not only that, they got a good quality product out of it, and they're all happy about it.
Exactly. It was fun to work on.
So it's been great talking to you today about how commercial mill work works. And I've had a great time talking to you today. We've got a lot more to talk about. There's a lot of in-depth things about your business that most people don't know, and I look forward to our next episode.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you soon, Mike.
All right, thanks for joining me today, Kyle, and we'll talk soon.